Hi guys, it's me again, Lily Zodiac, and today, as you can see from behind me, the spring event is here. This is the spring event of 2024. As you can see, this is the butterfly sanctuary, and this is Luna. She is the butterfly expert, and she will give you some accessories and some even some horses if you give her these monarch butterflies, also known as spring butterflies. They are found all over mainland and Forest Island. So if you're in a public server, I suggest you to go to Forest Island as most people don't know about that. There are three new horses. I haven't got any. The first one is over here. This is the Pastel Palinimal Blanket Appaloosa. I think that this is very beautiful because of its rainbow mane and tail, but that's just my opinion. That is the low tier horse. The mid tier horse is the painting Easter egg Icelandic. That is like I think the cutest thing because it is pink and it has all pastel colors, pastel pink, pastel purple, and blue. Then the last one is the rare tier. This thing is gonna be so rare, I think. This is the Pastel Dreams Marwari at 1,350 spring butterflies. So that's a lot of butterflies if you ask me. So what's the best way to get butterflies? So the first thing is to do the spring garden. This will give you free spring butterflies. I know it's not a lot, but at least it's something. As I said in the beginning, spring butterflies will spawn randomly on mainland and forest islands. I usually go around in a loop and then go grinding because then I do not accidentally mix up and then just go around in circles and circles and then get distracted. This can be easily distracted because the butterflies just spawn everywhere. Ooh, that's typically a rare Mustang. So it's these spring horses are going to be here for a limited time. I think for only around 19 days. 19 more days. It's gonna be for around 19 days. See? Spring butterflies. A beautiful spring butterfly. Bring these to Luna on mainland for a special reward. So, I usually have a loop I use to grind for it. But, so, I start at the boat. So, when you spawn here, the first thing you want to do is run. Okay, that sounds good. But, as you can see, there are some butterflies on the outskirts. I suggest you to go grinding for around a trip, a loop on Volcano Island before, so that the spring butterflies can fully come. As some of the times it's when you first log into a private server with no people, there will be little to no spring butterflies, and you gotta wait for them to spawn for a moment. And then I usually go around here through the main square. There are sometimes butterflies here. There's one here, and then you gotta look over here. Nope, nothing. I do not suggest you to go up the mountains, as even though there are butterflies, they aren't worth the hassle. Also, it is possible for you to buy spring butterflies. Sorry, I mean spring horses with spring tokens. Right now I have 1,118. You can also buy them, but I don't have any Robux. So I'm just going to get them the old-fashioned way. So then you loop around here from behind. If you see a spring butterfly that you have not caught, but it's like all the way back there, don't go for it. I usually do the spring garden race here, but since I already did that, I'm going to go butterfly hunting. And then you come behind. Sometimes there's some there. This rock has quite a lot. Don't forget to check this side. There. You should loop behind this, as many people don't check behind the breeding hub. Sorry, breeding center. See, there are so many butterflies here. I once found like a cluster and I was like, wow, that's a lot of spring butterflies. You can get the spring butterflies by running into them. Last year, you had to click on E, which was kind of annoying. Now you can just run into them. If you're going to do big loops, then I suggest you to get an Arabian or an Akalteki that can run for a really long time so that you don't have to constantly be stopping because of its stamina. I am using Spring Fade just because to get into the festival, get into the season. I usually don't do this actually. I've gotten a lot. There. Sometimes there will be some spawning here. I will sometimes go double back on that place as there are a lot of spring butterflies spawning there. I do not suggest you climb mountains as they are a waste of time. Literally. Whenever my horse's stamina runs out, I will, if I'm in the middle of a serious grinding, I usually just switch horses. Oh, it needs to be brushed. Also, there are some ways to gain spring tokens. The first way is the way I'm going to demonstrate. This is taking care of your horse. This can be from feeding to brushing. All those are acceptable and can gain you a lot of spring tokens. The second way is to do races, like the actual races, but this usually takes a lot of time, so I don't do that. I usually don't go down except if I see a cluster. Then I climb up this mountain. Ooh, spring butterfly. Make sure you don't want to miss any spawn points just in case a event spawns. Oh. Okay, for this I will just go to Sunburst for now. I haven't even maxed out Sunburst. So then you kind of come down the mountain over here, and then go there. Oh wait, I think I was using Sunburst too much. Here are a few spring butterflies. Fine, I'll change horses. Queen. Queen is the max stat of an Arabian. I've said this many times in my other videos. So she can run for a really long time. You only want to get butterflies when they're that close. There are barely any around the back because I suppose butterflies don't like mountains. Okay, once you get to here and you don't see any spring butterflies, you can just reset yourself and go to Forest Island. I repeat, try to check every single spawn point, especially if you're in the private server, as there is a chance of an event spawning. So, I'm just going to go on. This is what I meant by the Iceland. This is the painted Easter egg Icelandic, and it is super cute, as it is the pastel colors. I usually don't like cute horses that much. I like scary horses, like strong, sturdy horses. But that's just my opinion. So there are some. You should always look around here. There are some behind there at some times. Then I come to the very bottom of Forest Island. So butterflies. Get stuck in the thumb. Then you go up here. There's a horse spawn point around here. You can see. Sometimes butterflies will spawn here. I guess not today. There. One. You might want to come up on this a bit. Nope, nothing. You should try to get every nook and cranny, as those are where the butterflies spawn, in the tiny places where you never think of finding them. They spawn there the most. Maybe ran past one. Keep an eye out at every single spawn point. It is possible for an IUH, unique hair, to be on an event. So that thing is going to be super rare. I think I saw a tiger strips, I think, on an overcast that week. No butterflies here. Then this is the tip that most people don't check. Solo butterflies. I suppose we're just flying in. So once you stay in server for a while, they will start to spawn more. My goal is to get 1,350 spring butterflies. So let's go to Desert Island. I usually do this huge loop on every single island. Yes, I repeat, check every single island just in case. This is mostly going to be the most time consuming. Oh, it's not in the time. Oh, perfect. This is the Pastel Dreams Marwari. I think that this is very pretty. Very springy. This thing is purebred. Wow. Enough of that. So, I think that the spring horses are really nice. I'll be running around every single island to be sure. Oh, here is Pastel Palette Limo Blanket Spring Appaloosa. I'm gonna buy this one. This is prettier up close. Okay, the hair might not be like the spring hair, etc., but this is so pretty. I like the butt. The butt is so nice. So, I suppose I should call this my first horse, as it's kind of my first horse. I will try to be collecting every single event, well, spring event right now, and I'll show you my progress if I have any. Most of the times, I suggest if you are going to buy a horse, you should go to the fall on mainland, as they will be cheaper. I do not know why. It's still the same species, but I'm not complaining. You just have to keep it in your inventory for some time. Most of the time, I don't even see the event horses. It's fine if you don't find any. Sometimes they're just really rare. So now that I've checked every single island, yes, I repeat, every single island. Record time too. I've never done it in less than 40 minutes with one account. So I'm going to go back to mainland and forest to go catch spring butterflies. And after I've done that, I will usually go to grind on Volcano Island. I'll exchange some of my spring butterflies right now to show you how it works. Let me catch a few more though. There, as you can see, there are more butterflies. I think they come more when you play the game for longer. So, what a beautiful fountain with lots of butterflies. So, talk. Hiya! Do you want my spring butterflies? Absolutely. Give me 50 next time. See, I told you. And I'll grab you a reward. Here you go. Flutters. Ooh, spring umbrella. And then, okay, here. I brought her 50 spring butterflies, and she gave me a spring umbrella. So I suggest you to keep these event items for around a year. Yes, I know that might be quite a lot. When the event comes again. So you won't need a lot of inventory space for this one. I nearly fell through a hole. Nearly. So I will run around on mainland one more time again to get all the spring butterflies, then forest, and then I'll go to grind on Volcano Island for around 3 rounds, and then I'll come back and do the cycle. I get my money that I used to go to all the islands. Yes, it's quite expensive to go to all the islands. So now that I went to forest and mainland, also caught the stray bird, I am going to grind on Volcano Island because why not? For some time, like maybe 3 or 4 laps, and then I'll go back to check.
Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time with some updates on my new horses.